Hey guys, and welcome to another week of Q&A Wednesday. Quick disclaimer before we start though, this week's video technically doesn't actually have anything to do with health and fitness, and also it's not really a question that I get asked, but people do approach me about this topic, so I thought it was worth tackling. Let's get into it, shall we? So I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but yesterday I made you could call it somewhat of a novel of a series of stories. And basically it was me pretty much just trying to get my shit together. Now, I got a few direct messages after I posted those videos, and people were like, how do you have your shit together? You're making me feel so disorganized. And in actual fact, I don't have my shit together. I don't have any control over my shit. And that's exactly why I decided to do that. Not something I've created myself. I've actually taken things from a certain resource and a certain person, and I've combined it into my own little approach. So I do have someone here with me today who might actually be better at explaining it to you. I'm gonna cut to them in the next scene. But get ready, get your notepads out, and let's learn.
If you've ever dealt with stress, if you're dealing with stress now. If you're not, then you probably will be in the future. I highly suggest you continue to watch the rest of this video. Today, we're going to be talking about de-stressing and decluttering the mind. I have 9 steps that are proven to work. So, let the class begin. Step 1, empty the mind. This is what I like to call the brain dump. Because so many of you are university students, I decided to include tasks that many of you would actually be doing on a day-to-day basis. So I have included things like exercise, meal prep, like so many of the youth of today do, completing assignments, completing tutorial work, but more importantly, going to your BFFL's birthday on the weekend, buying her a present, and alcoholic drinks for the occasion. So I've included all of these things here so that you can easily follow along with me. Step 2, prioritize. Get your highlighters ready, friends, because we're about to have some fun. Okay. Before you snap those highlighters open, I'd like to draw your attention to the bottom right-hand corner of the brain dump. Here you can see the key I have included, and I have adapted this from the Eisenhower matrix, which Amanda showed you at the beginning of this video. As you can see, everything highlighted in red is urgent, and you must do it now. Everything else that is highlighted in blue is important, but not urgent. However, it's important, so you must schedule time in to do it. Everything in yellow is not important, but kind of urgent. So if you can, get someone else to do it. For example, if you have washing to do, ask your darling mother ever so politely if she could throw yours in with hers. Things like buying your BFFL a present. Why don't you go halves with someone and split the cost, and they can go grab it for you? And lastly, everything that isn't highlighted is not important or urgent and therefore should be eliminated. However, I understand that some of these things, like catching up on the latest episode of Vikings, is still important to you, so you can keep that for the weekends. Anyways, I digress. let's continue. Step 3, categorize. So, as you can see, I have categorized all our list of to-dos from our brain dump into the relevant categories. Going from our university example, these categories have been named after their appropriate subject headings. You can also see that I have added an additional 2 columns, one for daily tasks and one for weekly tasks, which you should also be doing. Step 4, assign. What you're looking at now is an application called Trello. Essentially, it was created to be an application to manage projects. However, let's not kid ourselves. We could all use a little bit more Trello in our lives. What I'm doing now is I'm assigning each category to a particular day of the week. Whatever day of the week I assign will be the day that I complete all relevant tasks under that category. I hope you're still following. Step 5, seek clarity. You're doing great so far. So now what you need to do under each category or day of the week, create a card or a goal, if you're not using Trello, that you want to accomplish for each category. Step 6, organize. Before continuing with this step, if you're using Trello, you will need to manually enter all of the tasks from the brain dump into each relevant list. If you hover over the card, you'll see a little pen symbol. If you click that, you can change the label, which will allow you to change the color of the card. You can match it to the key that we used from the brain dump. Now we need to organize. Put the most important tasks, the ones that you probably don't want to do, at the top of the list. These are the tasks that are really going to, quote unquote, move the needle forward. Step 7, minimize. Someone likes having a really long to-do list and not being able to accomplish all of these things. So choose your top 1 to 3 tasks that you want to accomplish every single day that you start and just do those. Step 8, revisit. Make sure you revisit your goals throughout the day because that is what's going to help keep you on track and quote unquote move that needle forward. Step 9, celebrate. Woohoo! No, seriously. Celebrate those wins and give yourself a pat on the back. You've done a great job. And that's it for the class today. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave us a comment below. Amanda will get back to you promptly. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.